Hello and welcome back to Factorio. We're continuing where we left off last time. I am still getting the alerts about the pipelines being overextended. Those are going to continue unless I go up and start severing pipes. We're just going to leave them going for now because what we need to do is go get our uranium mines going. I am going to need to run sulfuric acid out there. And we're going to need to take some mining drills with us. We got some. Good. Let's see. Sulfuric acid. It might actually be useful to have some sulfuric acid made right there. It all goes into sulfuric acid. We've got it made here. We're going to need chemical plants and this guy and this guy. So petroleum. Basically, it's just petroleum and water. Okay, so let's lay out the mines first. Then I'll set up a little teeny supply of sulfuric acid and we can watch what happens to it. I forgot my oil derricks, which I am going to need. I'm going to go pick those up before I head out so I can basically put together the whole thing. Oh, you're done. There. Let's see, I need to carry 20 oil derricks. So this will eventually be feeding into the main refinery. But for right now, we just got this. I believe I can use my same blueprint here. I want to do good coverage. Dude. Okay, that's the one for the alignment. Snap to grid absolute. So the question is, do I want to have my logistics network extend all the way out to my uranium mine? I'm already extending it all the way out there. It's not clear why this isn't placing it. I wonder if I have no more roboports in my my robot network. That could be. I need to get some uranium done just to get things going. So the other thing is to go down to my magic stuff. Where'd it go? There it is. Huge pump jacks. That must be the whole thing. Okay. So sulfuric acid. Going to be doing the minimum here. You are going to be turning out that. And I'm just going to toss one guy on here. You are turning out sulfur. You are turning out sulfuric acid. Like that. Do I have tanks with me? I think I don't have tanks. Okay, I need to go get tanks. I have an offshore pump. I can bring the water in anywhere here. This is just temporary. There's water. And I'm just going to bring you over like that. There we go. Oh, and you need iron plates. Oh, I forgot about that. Let's just collect iron plates by hand and bring them. Iron plate, let's get 500 in here. And I will... Gonna need a box. That's fine. I just need to get enough of this going so that I can get the research done. I also am going to need some plain old iron chests. So what's the deal with the Roboports? Why aren't they being made? Roboports are way... Oh, look at this. All of my red chips are going this way. Well, I guess that makes sense. We're beefing up the number of robots to match what we want before we beef up the number of Roboports. Okay, I'll allow that. Okay, and it's you that needs the iron. So we're going to come in here with this. Needs to be somewhere I've got power. Like that. There. That should do you for a while. Okay. these guys, this is going to need to bring that across. And I think I am going to actually extend my logistics network out to here and let the robots do the building. Do. Yeah, okay. So we are going to need to place Roboport extensions from here all the way out to these guys. Let's make this our standard. So that length is 7 of them. And I am going to need to get more Roboports going, so let's make this a fair split now. So I have this. What I'm going to do is make a copy of it, and we're going to add in a Roboport. And I just put that in the wrong place. There we go. So the Roboport is going to be resident robots. And select new contents. There. So you're going to have to move the radar. That's putting it in the wrong place. Okay. So you are going to be relative for now. And I'm going to have to do something fancy. So you're going to go there. And I am going to put some markers in here. Select new contents, including the markers all the way out the corners. Now when we do snap to grid, it should put it right there. And now I can remove the tiles, save blueprint, Okay, for some reason I knew that wasn't going to work. Tiles. Snap to grid absolute. There we go. Remove the tiles. Create blueprint. You. Just going to bring this all the way around. And I'm going to assume that we're going to have enough Roboports and everything to populate. And now let's watch at increased speed as we... Oh, we're only getting 1,200 UPS. I can lower this. There. So you guys are starting to build. So if this were brought north, it would be there. Let's just go ahead and do that. That's better than the dodge I was using. I actually just out of... There we go. Now sulfuric acid is being sent down. That's looking pretty good. All you do now is hook up the power. And okay, so uranium text plates are finished as uranium processing, and we need to get nuclear power researched. We won't be able to do nuclear fuel reprocessing until we have purple science, and we won't be able to do Covarex until we have space. So what we're going to end up doing is centrifuging what uranium we've got. We're going to be just keeping the stuff that we need to keep and using it to make whatever fuel we need. I do need to make sure that I have enough of the hot rocks saved off so that I can kickstart the Covarex process when we've got it going. Okay. I've got a kitten that's come up to say hi. Hello, Pixel. So we have all of this uranium coming north. Now, in theory, how much uranium is this? It's 156 miners, and they can currently turn out 1.56 red transport belts. I'm going to put that on 2 belts. And we need to turn this into uranium of various sorts. We are going to need, let's see, crafting. Remember, we still can't handcraft. We're going to need centrifuges, so we need some place where we can find concrete, advanced circuits, gear wheels, and steel plate. But we haven't even made concrete yet. My original plan was not to do nuclear until we had the bus, and probably not until we had space science done. But with the amount of energy that our robots take, our alternatives are to go into really, really, really big solar panels, or keep stressing out over our steam. Yeah. Okay, we're going to do nuclear the low-tech way, where we're wasting a whole bunch of 235. So let's see. Concrete. How do we make concrete? Make concrete with iron ore, stone brick, and water. Well, we got plenty of iron ore. We should have plenty of stone brick right here. I can send it north from here. Good grief. More spaghetti. So notice we're once again popping out of the top of our area. And water. I suppose I can collect the water from the north end of the power plant. It's not too bad. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in a water tank here. I'm going to bring it over a little bit. Like that. Now, just because I am really paranoid, not carrying any pumps. Okay, so let's ask for some pumps. No pumps in storage. Oh, I'm not within the logistics network, of course. Because I know I have pumps in storage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have this guy pumping north. we start running low on water, I'm going to stop. Now, this will never occur, right? So if water is greater than 12,000. So as long as this storage tank is half full, we're going to pump stuff north. That needs to go north and east, just around the bend. Okay. Concrete. This guy produces 0.75 per second. It needs a lot of stone relative to the amount of concrete, but that's still within one inserter. If I do 4 of these, it'll be 3 per second. And I'm going to do 6 because I like doing 6. I want to bring the water in right here. Means this guy I want to bring in next to the water with a way of conveniently getting the brick in, so like there. Okay. Power, boom, boom. Get some power there. But these will now need iron ore coming across the top one way and brick coming across the other way. And a way of getting output. So it looks like we're doing these in groups of 2. So here's our outputs like that, and our iron inputs. Oh, come on. Concrete. But those are separated by 1. Ah. We can do this. Which means these are now actually my gathering thingies. I I'm just going to put all the inserters in like that. Yeah. Fancy boxes. Stock capture far. You are concrete. And all that changed there was the programming. So I can grab those and just stamp these down. And these are now all saying capture concrete until we have 4 stacks of concrete in logistics. That's acceptable. It's not the quantity I would have expected. I would have asked for. Not the quantity I would have asked for, really. But it's a decent default. And I'm going to mark these guys properly. So now these are making concrete. And they need brick inputs. There we go. And I just realized I am not doing requester-based stuff. This actually needs to be on a bus. Unless I want to be collecting them all up by hand and placing them, which might not actually be a bad idea. You know what? I'm going to do that. Control Z all the way back to having all the boxes in place. So we're not really going to automate the where'd they go? We're not going to automate the centrifuges completely. We'll be hand delivering the concrete. But I think I can find a place to get advanced circuits, steel plates, and gear wheels. Okay. Advanced circuits have stopped being made. Why? Green chips. We're out of green chips. We have no green chips coming in. They were coming in here. Why are we getting no green chips? We're getting no green chips because we have no iron. Because the iron is coming in here and being set north. Because the iron's coming in here and we have no fuel. Oh, look at what our, yeah. So, as we started getting better fuel in here, we forgot that it was all set up to have the inserters set for the other kind of fuel. So I am going to add solid fuel to there. Go to map mode. I can pick that up and I can go all the way across. So anywhere we need solid fuel and iron ore, I can stripe it through. That's actually a good thing because it meant that we weren't drawing down coal, or we weren't drawing down fuel in our smelters. During a time when we possibly needed it for the power plant. Okay. So that's got the lines that are coal and iron. And these guys, oh. I wonder if I can use an upgrade planner to do this. So we're going to upgrade from a blue inserter. If I'd been smart, nope, that doesn't work. If I'd been smart, I would have put all these on a circuit and had it pull from the circuit. Oh. Well, what I can do is get all of these set up properly and then copy it across with a blueprint like this. So if this line is ready, snap to grid absolute. The two steels are the same. And of course that copied the power lines as well. Oh well, we'll have extra power. I'm okay with that. Do the same thing here. We are adding solid fuel, or keeping coal because there may be coal on that line still. And we may get coal. There is our repeatable unit. Okay, and this guy, I believe he's all set properly. You're all set. You are not. But you are simple. I could just send you across. There. Well, that was exciting. So now we should be getting an occasional bit of red. That would also explain why we started running out of red chips here. With this production, which is normally good for the science. Oh, we're also doing science, that's right. Okay. Let's do these up here. We want to make centrifuges here. Okay, so you're the close guy. So you are getting the steel plate and the gears. And you are not getting steel plate or gears, you are getting advanced circuits. Well, you're not actually getting any advanced circuits because we are using all of our red chips to make science right now, but that's okay. And we need to bring down that. I was going to do that in a box, wasn't I? Okay, so your output is here. You are producing centrifuges. Your input is here. I am not able to use a requester chest. What I can do is I can set this up and I can say, if you have excess concrete, then consider putting it in here. And I can now request in concrete. which I can place in here and then remove from my request list. Now, if I had 500 concrete, oh, that would only make me 5 of these? Holy smoke! Okay, yeah, we do need to build this. How much is this sending out? This is 0.75, 3. Yeah. You are no longer conditional. And we really need to have all of our concrete on that line. So, I will turn this into a gathering on the right at some point in the future. So you are concrete. We want to make sure all the concrete gets back there. Now by removing it, all the guys that are in flight are now going to be putting them up here. And I just put a bunch of brick on there, didn't I? I don't think any actually got out of the box, though. Did get it in time. So you're waiting on red chips. If I wanted to put my nuclear reactor out over the water, which I really do want to do, then I'm going to need a lot of landfill. And a lot of landfill is going to require a lot of stone. Well, we do have some stone. Can I augment my stone output? I suppose I could. Let's rebuild this. I'm going to put one down right here. I'm going to send it all out to the right because that's where I'm going to work. Snap to grid absolute. Those are covered. Okay. Total stone output here is 1 belt. So let's set up all of these to lane balance. last one, oh, hold on. This is simple because it's just like that. There. Okay, so there's the stone. I want to use up to half of my stone for landfill. Now, landfill is 50 stone per landfill. Whoosh. I'm going to need a lot of landfill. But let's take a look at how fast we can actually shove it through there. There is going to be a limit. So, 0.15, we may be able to do this. So if this guy is like this, okay, so with these three, with this one, if I do it in terms of inserters, blue inserters, the estimate for the blue inserters is that this requires 8.125 inserters to keep it full. What I want to do is have these guys output onto both sides of the belt. And the easiest way I can think of doing that is to do something like this. Don't like that. I would rather do something like this. Actually, let's bring it down. We're still in build range. So my idea is that I would make this big enough that it could sink any stone that isn't being used for anything else. Our total output rate, if we were giving it 270K input, we'd be getting 540. As it is, we're getting 30 per second, which means we're getting less than 1 per second of output. Which means I can put in a normal fancy box here, stock capture. We are capturing landfill. Oh, we're not within logistics range. Got it. Now, I am going to extend this. You're going to be actually 2,000. Landfill stacks to what? I should be able to just look at it. Stacks to 100, so it's 1,000. So it's 4,000 in the box. Let's bring it up to 4,000. So we'll be willing to fill this entire box with landfill. I'm going to put priority left on this. So if we actually need stone for anything, we'll get it. But if we don't, all the stone that we are not using is going to go to that. Nuclear power. It looks like we weren't researching for a bit. Oh yeah, because we did not have this guy going. Okay. Next question. Do we have our centrifuges? Did I request them? No, I didn't. So we have 0 in storage, which means this hasn't gotten any red chips. Okay, so at this point I need to let time pass. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to let time pass and finish off the research and accumulate some centrifuges and accumulate some stuff. I will put down... Actually, I can grab this, and I have a... Oh, I didn't build one. Let's build a parametric assembler real quick. So you are building parameter 0. That's all. You are outputting parameter 0 out to here. And this guy is filtering parameter 0. Grab you. Okay, we're there. I'm going to be making a bunch of these, so let's just call it para, and the thing that we're doing parametric. And this is going to be parameter 0. We're making parameter 0 in an assembler, Mark II. We are inserting the output using a blue inserter into a yellow box. The one thing I didn't do here is I need to do that, connect, and 0, and then we want a quantity here. New ingredients. And this, use the same formula as before, so P0 stack size times 4, so this will put 4 stacks of whatever it is I'm building into the outside world. And now I can drop this in, and I can specify stuff that I don't know how to build yet, and it will show me what I need. Okay, we need nuclear reactors. We are also going to need... Oops. Actually, let's put this over here. We're going to need heat pipes and heat exchangers and steam turbines. And yes, we are kind of in trouble here. I need to bring over all the stuff to make this without using robots and without being on a belt base. So your inputs: copper, steel, red chips, and concrete. Red chips and concrete we can get from there. Oops, red chips and steel. That's got everything but the copper plate. God, I really want to get away from this, but I gotta have things going so I can make the belt base before I can be on a belt base. Okay. So what is the most common things? We've got copper and steel. And we've got gears. So steel and gears would be a good one. And copper. So steel, gears, copper, and pipe. Got it. More spaghetti! Yay! Okay, so this long one is copper and pipe. Short one is steel and gears. So you guys will all start building when we finish the research. So if we just let time roll forward, we'll get all of that stuff built. We'll have a whole bunch of stuff ready to go. I will be able to go start laying out the reactor. I'll be able to lay out the centrifuges, which are still not getting centrifuges because we still do not have any red circuits. And those aren't going to happen in quantity until we have finished the science. So yeah, off camera, I will take care of laying out the, actually building up the centrifuges and getting those going and starting to build the reactor offshore. I may decide, I haven't thought about this yet. I don't know whether I'm going to build it myself or if I'm just going to go right to the tileable nuclear. think I may just go right for the tileable nuclear. To heck with it. Yeah. Tileable nuclear built on all sorts of landfill. In which case I can actually go out and drop it in place. Old blueprints. Tileable nuclear. Make a copy of this. You are facing this way. Actually, I just need to have water where we're starting from, really. It'd be kind of nice if it was somewhere my robot's covered too, huh? What if I did it here? Well, those are cliffs. I'm not going to be able to blast the cliffs out of the way, so we can't conflict with cliffs. I think the best bet is just to put it on the water. I put it out here so it's way out of the way. Yeah. So that's where we're going to build a nuclear power plant. And I'm going to stretch my logistics network out there so the robots will build it. And I can do that now. In fact, if I have... yes, we can do this as long as we have this stuff, landfill, in the logistics network. Let's go make sure landfill's in the logistics network before I cut the time. Yes. We have a ton of landfill being built into the logistics network. So now it's just a matter of getting all of that placed by the robots. And we're going to be placing this by a robot. Boom, 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 boom. In fact, I'm going to just run these all the way up and down so that that's all well covered. So that's what's going to get built. And I need to manually lay out. There we go. Stop the science. We're going to start building stuff. Let's go look at that, make sure it's going. What are you missing? You need to have copper here. And you need to have, yes, I put you with the wrong stuff, didn't I? It's going to take a while before we have reactors, but we're not going to be ready to use reactors until we have the fuel actually flowing, which means a significant amount of hot rocks. But that's all going. And I will see you in the next recording once I have just let this run for a few hours.